we go. Hey, what up, gang? Welcome to the Minions of the Zoo Sunday Super Show. I'm your host, Mr. Adam, and with me is One Ton Hammer.
Hey guys.
God, I hope that worked. I hope that worked out.
Sounded good to me, man.
Please toss some coin into the machine and let's have some fun with some crazy taxi. Oh shit. Minions of the Zoo. How's it going, everybody? Or how's it going, Hammer?
I'm doing well. Is that your buddy in chat? How do you pronounce that name again?
Oh yeah, that's Kokonoe.
Kokonoi.
Yeah.
Is that
If like I was telling you earlier today, we actually was streaming a bunch of fighting games yesterday in Mr. Adams Arcade. And yeah, you can catch me getting my ass beat from a bunch of these people. But how's your weekend been?
quiet? And that's an unusual thing. Usually there's something going on Saturday nights, or after the show with Blind Press ends, and I have enough time to have something to eat. Usually there's something going on. She wants to go somewhere. Someone's coming over. There's always something going on Saturday night. But Saturday night was a nice night. We did almost nothing, just chilled veg to watch some TV. And then just before the show, Sunday night is usually our movie night kind of deal. So sometime after the show tonight, like maybe 10:30 my time, 9:30 your time or so, we're going to sit down and watch a movie. And just before the show went live, I had to drop away. I dropped away for 5 minutes to go talk to her. We were trying to figure out a movie to watch. And I've seen a lot of the movies that I have on my NAS drive, but she really hasn't. She's going through them one at a time every weekend. So we're trying to figure out a movie that we can watch, and I'll watch anything twice. I don't care. I mean, even the worst movie, I'll watch, Suburban Sasquatch twice if I have to, but
No.
that's a shout out to Polly. But she had like 5 in mind and couldn't pick. Women, like they can't. They want the man to make the choice.
Whoa.
So yeah, I chose of the several that she had selected, I chose Gravity with Sandra Bullock.
No.
Yeah. I've seen it once.
Movie, but Sandra Bullock is
Yeah, she's an astronaut in space on the space shuttle, and it gets hit by a meteoroid storm, and they can't get back to Earth, and they have to figure out a way of getting back onto the ground again. It's a very dramatic movie. It's basically almost all her. I think George Clooney's in it, and 1 or 2 other people, but it's basically her the entire movie.
What? Wait, when did the movie come out?
I can look it up. I don't know off the top of my head.
Hold on. You're talking about Blind Press?
What do you mean Blind Press? I'm talking about Gravity, the movie.
No. Who are you gonna watch the movie with?
My girlfriend.
Oh, my bad. That's
IMDb. I'm going on with IMDb's database. They're really slow. I guess every day they add more movies so it gets bigger and bigger. But 2013. 2 astronauts work together to survive an accident that leaves them stranded in space. That's the tagline for it. Yeah, so the effects on it are just fantastic, and she kind of wanted to watch a space movie, so it came down to between Gravity and The Martian with Matt Damon. Family Guy.
Yeah, Matt Damon.
Matt Damon. It's Matt Damon. It was like The Martian, The Revenant, which is not really a space movie, Arrival with Amy Adams, Spaceballs, and Gravity, and I chose Gravity.
Hold on, so how did you have Spaceballs in that mixture and pass it up?
It's a space movie, but I've seen it like 20 times. I fucking love that movie. It's an awesome movie. Ludicrous speed, go!
Now we're watching.
I'm surrounded by assholes. It's so quotable. Those movies that are just like you can't. Like Princess Bride is one of them. They're just full of, give him a break. He's been mostly dead all day. That kind of stuff. It's just, you can just instantly just throw like 100 quotes out because the entire movie is just a listing of quotes. She's gone from suck to blow. I mean, everything in the movie is just one right after another. So I've just seen it so many times.
Do you think that's what makes it memorable? That it's a bunch of one-liners.
Yeah, absolutely. Because every one of those lines is humorous in some way. So you equate it with something that feels good. Something feels good, you remember it. It's just how your body works, and you get that endorphin hit when you laugh. So if you can make the comedy funny and bite-size it into small sentences, Princess Bride's the same way.
Well, hold on, Princess Bride. That's what I mean. Like, nobody's sitting out there going, nobody crosses a Sicilian or something like that, or anybody wants a peanut. It's
as you wish. There's so many things in that movie. ROUSs, I don't believe they exist. There's, you see what I'm saying? You could just sit there and go, give him a break. He's been mostly dead all day. It's one of my favorite ones. The Holocaust quote. How about the Inigo Montoya? You killed my father. Prepare to die. I mean, how many times have you heard all of those?
Yo, that was actually I used that as an audition piece. It didn't work, but I used it as an audition piece. And did the whole my father died and it was a six-fingered dude.
Six-finger man, yeah. You wouldn't happen to have 6 fingers on your left hand, would you?
It's but you know what? You don't remember any of the stuff that fucking Wonder Years guy said. Ah, shit, what's his name?
Oh, the little boy?
Yeah, when he was talking to the grandpa.
Yeah.
Don't recall anything that he said. Although
that's an all-star cast, isn't it?
Yeah.
The guy from Columbo, Falk, Peter Falk.
Wait. Who was from Columbo?
You ever seen the TV show Columbo? It's a detective. Is it? Yeah, he's the same guy. It's the same actor.
Shit.
Yeah, it's Peter Falk.
Wow.
He's the guy who used to always sit there and I don't know about that. What you're saying is, that's the same actor.
And he fucking he sold it. Let's just say that.
He really did seem like, yeah. He really did seem like a grandpa. I mean, it's just, he acted just like a grandpa would act. He's just very, deferent to the kid and all that kind of stuff.
I mean, I'm trying to find for the smallest. I mean, because it wasn't really that much of the story.
Yeah, Fred Savage is the grandson.
Fred Savage.
Yeah. The story of a grandfather reading a story to his son or to his grandson. Not a big story there, but what he reads to him is the whole story. So, yeah, you have Carrie Elwes, Robin Wright, Inigo Montoya was Mandy Patinkin, I think.
Oh shit! Was he not really a Spaniard? No. Was Andre the Giant not really a giant?
Yeah, Andre the Giant was in it. That's right. I forgot about Andre the Giant.
Yeah. Hey, you said you wanted.
And then Billy Crystal is Miracle Max.
Billy Crystal, yes. Have fun swimming the castles.
He didn't say he's dead. He said to believe, which is to bluff. I can quote that in this entire movie. There's certain movies that I can quote. You just give me a scene and I can read almost the entire scene to you. And the first introductory scene to the original Star Wars, for some reason, that it's just stuck in my mind. Do you remember the original Star Wars? After all the fighting and they capture the ship, what's the first thing they show? They show C-3PO and R2D2 walking through the hallway.
Hold on. The only thing is, it's interjected with Rogue One, and look, they did it good. The Darth Vader scene in Rogue One, where they show him boarding the interceptor, that's fucking badass. As soon as you see the fucking lightsaber beam up, and then all of a sudden it's like, go shit, go! And he's just like, no, you're done. It's the same fucking kind of feeling with Luke Skywalker in The Mandalorian. When you see him coming in his X-wing, and then you're seeing him uh just go through the droids like nothing, and
Yeah.
it's like, oh shit, dude, it's fucking Luke Skywalker. That's fucking Luke Skywalker. The same
Yeah.
thing.
Yep.
Oh man, but that's quality content. I would say that's what people think, and I think again it goes right. I hate to keep going through this, but you know, young Ripper, you said it right. Once you see, you gotta have a keen eye on what these people are doing, and
Mm.
if they're taking the content and they have a mentality of they're gonna go with we want to project our own type of viewpoint on the subject matter,
Yeah.
it's doomed to failure. But it can
Yeah.
work. It can work, and I would say in these instances, those little segments of Luke Skywalker and Darth Vader and those bits, and then in terms of a longer, broader movie,
Mm-hmm.
Sonic. I think Sonic 2 and Sonic
Mm-hmm.
1 um, hit that mark. They said, you know what, we're gonna listen to the fans, and
Right. We're going to change the way the character looks to make it look more like what the fans want to expect.
yes,
Yeah.
yes, we're gonna do what the fans want, and it's selling gangbusters. So
Yeah. We get some
I got
people in chat.
oh
Yeah. Hammer, you sound different. Do I sound different to you? You know why I might sound different is because I'm not running the show tonight. I get to be a guest, so I can be exuberant. Maybe that's what he means.
yeah, I
OG
mean
Costin is out there. Spud Gun. Yeah, can you see chat?
yeah, no, I see chat.
Yeah. Spud Gun. Half man, half dog. I'm my own best friend. That's from Spaceballs. See how easy it is? Even Spud Gun can do it. Anybody can do it. There's so many quotes in that movie. It's crazy.
It's a barf.
Yeah, it's barf. I'm my own best friend.
Right?
Yeah.
And see, honestly, that it with Spaceballs, it's like Jabba the Hutt. Oh shit.
There's
He'll
Pizza
eat
the Hut
you. Oh, Pizza
in
the
that
Hut.
movie. Yeah.
Yeah,
Jabba was the Star Wars guy, but yeah, Pizza the Hut.
and he'll eat you. Oof.
Remember the what was the guy's name? The guy, he was in charge of the planet, and they asked him what his code was, his password is, and it was 1 2 3 4.
Yeah. Yeah, but then you have fucking Mel Brooks saying that's the same thing I have on my luggage.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's like,
How
they
weird.
work. Oh, you know what? I can't wait till the time that we can start singing "Springtime for Hitler and Germany."
Oh, you gotta be careful with that stuff. We get
Yeah, yeah.
canceled.
No. And there's no video, so um, we'll get there eventually.
Yeah.
Not to say that I want to sing about
You don't want me singing,
Nazis.
that's for
Oh,
sure.
jeez.
But for as funny as those movies were, Gravity and like Spud Gun said, The Martian was a great film. Gravity is great as well. Those movies are meant to be as real as possible. And
Yes.
there was no point in Gravity where I didn't think that it looked unbelievable. Everything seemed pretty believable to me. Now, you know, um, Miles, what's his Miles Dyson? What's the guy's name? The astronomer, Miles. You know what I'm talking about? Tyson,
Degrassi Tyson.
Michael Tyson. What the hell's
Yeah,
his
that
name?
guy. I know who
Yeah.
you're talking about. Miles Degrassi Tyson. I
Oh yeah.
think that's his name, but I could be wrong. But I know what you're saying. Yes, I know what you're talking about.
I'm looking up. So I get his name. Michael Neil. Neil deGrasse Tyson. That's what
Neil
it was.
deGrasse.
Neil, not Michael.
Michael.
But he kind of did a thing on Gravity and kind of picked it apart a little bit. But all the stuff he said was just kind of minor things, like she wouldn't have been able to close the door here, or she couldn't have done this there. It would have been difficult to do this. It doesn't make any sense, all that kind of stuff. But he didn't actually say that there was any part in it where it was unbelievable.
Oh
So they did a
no,
good job with that.
that's the same thing with like Michio Kaku, who they can't definitively say one thing, so they gotta kind of word their way around it. It's just
Hmm.
it's one of those things that once you reach a level of intelligence, you you got to dance around any sort of questions that's lobbied to you. You know.
Yeah. Yeah. When he gets thrown some really tough questions about existence and that kind of stuff, he kind of punts it. He doesn't really say, he uses example and metaphor and stuff like that to get around him instead of saying,
Yeah.
somebody says, do you believe in God? And he doesn't say yes or no. What he says is, how can the universe be the way it is and there not be a God? He didn't say he did believe. He just made it seem like it's silly not to believe.
And and you know what? I would draw Patrice O'Neill. He brought it up when he was talking about these two,
Hmm.
and it was 100% on point. Just say you don't know. Just say you don't know, and then we can move on.
Yeah.
And
Some people can't
but
do
they
that.
can't. They can't do that because of their ego. You know that they have attained a status to the point where they look. I
Yeah.
have I have a reputation. I have to say something. I can't say I don't know. If I say I don't know, that means that it dislodges all the fucking status that I have. No, it doesn't. It really
Yeah.
doesn't. It just
Yeah.
it just affirms that yes, you're part of the scientific method of you're learning. You, the only thing you don't know is you don't know. You're like, oh, holy
Right.
shit,
Right.
that's the whole point. But hey, I just
I have no problems admitting to people when I know something, even things that I consider myself pretty knowledgeable about. Nobody can know everything. And you're
no.
going to learn, if you're not learning something new every day, why are you here?
You should be excited to learn more shit. Like,
Absolutely. Absolutely. For as much as I like, you've talked to between us about OBS, and then I talk to people about computers and that kind of stuff. But I'll be go out there and do something like, oh, I didn't know about that.
yeah,
In the computer field, I've been doing it since I was 16. I'm almost 60 now, and I still learn stuff about it because things change. You
everything
know,
changes. You should if you're not full of yourself, you should be humbled enough to be able to say, you know what, I want to know what the fuck you're talking about. I,
yeah, I
I
don't know what you're
want to
talking
learn
about.
something.
Let me look it up. You know,
Yeah, give me a little bit of info. Give me some input. No
yeah, you can't
disassembly.
remember. You can't remember. That's Johnny Five. I know that movie. No, that's a demo, Stephanie.
Hey, I printed that out and I have it posted on my cubicle. No
Really?
disassemble. Yeah.
Disassemble. That was a funny movie. That was a fun movie.
That's
I mean,
good.
it's dated now. I mean, because of how old it was. But
Oh, but you know what?
Ali Sheedy was a cutie, man. I had a big crush on her.
Wait, who? Oh,
Ali
oh yeah.
Sheedy,
Um,
Stephanie.
Stephanie. Yeah, no,
Yeah,
yeah. It's sad she was only in the first one.
yeah. What was the guy's name? Steve
Steve
the,
Gutenberg.
Gutenberg. But the guy who worked with him, the guy was from India.
Well, yeah, I don't.
He was
he,
funny, man.
he
He misspoke colloquialisms.
well, he
So
was
instead of saying
apparent.
tomorrow is another day, he would say tomorrow is the next day.
Yeah,
It's
but
like it
he
wasn't
was
how it really
he was a white dude who had brown face on.
was. He really? I
Yeah.
thought he really was somebody from. He was using blackface. Oh no, he's canceled. I thought he was really an Indian dude. I didn't know that.
No, and you know what?
Are you sure?
He was in the second one. So,
Was he?
yeah, he
Let's
went to
see.
New York,
What was
and
it?
let me tell you, he was going to produce the Johnny Five little toy Barbie. Oh, it's
Short.
bad.
That's pretty bad.
Oh shit.
Short
But you
Circuit
know what?
from 1986. That's how old this movie is. So yeah,
Yeah.
it was Ali Sheedy, Steve Gutenberg, Fisher Stevens. Is that the guy's name? Let me see if I can find it.
Yeah.
He is a white guy. Holy shit.
The first one was
He is a
filmed.
really white guy.
The first one was filmed in Astoria, in the same town that was filmed with Goonies. With the Goonies.
Hmm.
So there's a lot of areas that you can see, especially when Johnny Five is driving the van.
Hmm.
There's a lot of areas that you can see that matches up with the Goonies type of thing, and I've been there. It's fucking awesome. I love it.
Yeah,
Astoria is a nice little town. Just don't
yeah,
ruin it, people.
yeah. That was his. That was his. The phrase with that stuck with me, like those other phrases from those other popular movies. He's tomorrow is the next day. You know, just misspeaking the colloquialisms that we already know made it funny. You know, because he's trying to do the colloquialisms like he belongs here, kind of deal, but he gets them wrong because he's not really from here. You know, at least that's a party play. Pretty funny
Yeah,
stuff.
but then you then you peel back it
I'm
further.
shocked that he's white. I really am shocked. I thought for sure. I was like, no, get out. That's Frank Azaria. He's actually, Frank Azaria. He's Indian.
Yeah, poo.
Yeah, poo. But yeah, I mean, who's the guy, the stand-up comedian Aziz? What the hell's his name? I can't remember his
Aziz
name.
Ansari.
Aziz Ansari. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
I thought that I mean, they had it made up so well. I would never, I didn't know. Holy
Hey,
crap.
it was a different time back then. So.
Yeah. Uh-oh, Jackson chat.
Oh, how's it going, Jack?
Hello. Yeah, oh, and so is Shroom. Hey, Shroom.
Oh, shit.
All the class people are showing up in chat now.
All the classics.
All the classy people.
I think the
Jack's apologizing because I said, "Oh, Jack's here," and I didn't say it enthusiastically enough. I'm just kidding with you, buddy. Anyway, if you had to pick your favorite out of those 5 movies, what would you have picked?
Out of what movies?
It was Gravity, Spaceballs, The Martian, The Revenant, and the one you said that didn't belong. Now I've lost it. You have to understand, I'm almost 60. To be able to remember 4 out of 5 after 10 minutes is tough enough.
Well, hold on. Because out of all of those, I only recognize Spaceballs. I don't know what the fuck Gravity, Revenant, the other one.
The Martian, yeah.
Yeah, Martian.
These are like Academy Award winning blockbuster movies. I'm surprised.
Are they?
Are you not a movie guy?
No.
Okay. Well, I'm going to speak to the things I know. I'm a huge movie guy. I mean, Trek movies and computers are my life.
Hold on. If you were to play a couple of NES soundtracks, I can be able to be. You know what? I think that's Sunsoft, or you know what? I think that's a Konami game. Or oh shit, that definitely sounds like a Capcom game. But in terms of movies, yeah, I have no idea what the fuck you're talking.
Yes, you're much better with games. You and Terry both are both much more gamers than I am.
Oh,
I mean,
shit.
I
Don't
do
tell me
play
Terry's
games.
here. Is Terry here?
No, I don't know. You're a console gamer. I'm a PC gamer, and even in the PC gamer field, I don't play very many games. I mean, I used to play Quake a long time ago. I used to play World of Warcraft, and now I play Heroes of the Storm, and that's it. Like 3 games. That's my entire resume.
Well, hold on. That was another thing that I kind of had in the back of my mind. I mean, let's not back away from the 3 bits that I had in terms of
Oh, we can get to them. We got time.
topics. Yeah, no, yeah, we can. Yeah. But computer games, dude. You were saying you were playing you like StarCraft and Warcraft. Do you still play RTS PC games or?
I used to play first person shooters. That's where I cut my teeth. Originally was I started playing Wolfenstein 3D at home on my PC. That was like the first person shooter game really to ever exist.
Whoa, Wolfenstein! What is that?
Yeah, that was the precursor to Doom.
I know.
Yeah. I can go back further. I used to play Zork.
Well, we can, yeah.
I used to play Adventure. Remember Adventure?
Yep.
That was a mainframe game. That's where it was programmed in Fortran. That's pretty far back. But as far as gaming on a PC kind of stuff, the first game I ever played, and to any extent, was definitely Wolfenstein. And then I picked up Myst, MYST Myst, and then Command. Not I played Command and Conquer, but that was later. There was one. There was one where they made a movie out of it. Freddie Prinze was in it. I'm gonna have to look that up again now too. IMDb. We're looking up a lot of movies for not having movies on our list of things to do tonight.
They made a movie of a computer game with Freddie Prinze Jr.
Freddie Prinze. Stepping into Freddie Prinze Jr. Yeah, it had something like the word commander in it. Wing Commander. Yeah, I used to play Wing Commander 3 on the PC. Yeah.
Wait, hold on.
That was back in the day.
Wing Commander isn't fucking Mark Hamill? Isn't he in that?
Actually, I just clicked on Wing Commander, and the quick cast is Freddie Prinze Jr., Matthew Leard, and Saffron Burrows. She's a hottie. I love Saffron Burrows. She's a super hottie. Jürgen Punchnow was in it. I don't see any other. I'm reading the list of people here, but I don't see any other big names. So yeah, that's it. But Freddie Prinze Jr. He played Lieutenant Christopher Blair, and she played Commander Devereaux. These are actually the names that were in the game. So yeah, Commander Paul Gerald, he was in the game. I remember him. Maniac Marston was in the game. Todd Maniac Marston. They took the names right out of the game and put them right in the movie. So they're playing the actual parts from the game. It was like the first major movie done about a video game, and of course it flopped. But I liked it. Yeah, so I played Wing Commander 3 after.
Early video game movies are. I honestly, like, okay, Double Dragon kind of sucks, but
that's a console game, right? Double Dragon.
Yeah. But Mario's okay. I really didn't like John Leguizamo, but
the movie, yeah. That's probably the only song that I know from a console game is the original Mario Brothers. The boop, 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 boop.
Only because only because what's his name? Fucking oh shit! Hey, Quiz.
How's it going?
Hey, buddy.
Just got done with D&D and having dinner. So
we are talking video games. Surprisingly,
video games, huh?
Are you familiar with video games?
I might.
It's 2 against 1. Neither one of you know anything about movies. I'm fucked now.
Well, I can't believe that dude, who played Mario in the Super Mario Brothers movie?
Bob
Hoskins. Holy shit, Bob Hoskins! I can't believe I fucking dude. It's fucking Eddie Valiant.
Eddie Valiant, yeah.
Oh, good God.
And John Leguizamo was Luigi.
Yeah, well, John
Leguizamo. Yeah. He was good in Tu Wong Fu.
I guess he was.
But yeah, we were just talking about video games back in the day. I guess both console and PC, because I'm a PC guy, and you guys are both console guys. So
well, I'm console and PC. I remember I built a 286 back in the day. I've been playing DOS.
DOS 3.3.
Hammer. Yep. We're not, Quiz and I mean, we may prefer console, but
do you do PC gaming?
Yeah, we're PC gamers. That's why I asked you about RTSs.
I know Quiz does, because we played together before, but I didn't know you were into PC gaming, Adam. I thought you were console only.
Yeah, I mean, my PC is piece of shit, but
yeah. So that's really Adam's limitation right there, is that his PC is not as good.
Yeah, it's I'm working with outdated hardware, so I'm happy to be able to play what I can. That's why when Quiz was talking about playing that Warhammer game, I want to play it, but I don't think I can play it.
Probably not.
Yeah, that's serious. The issue, and especially like Hammer. Do you play Total War?
I've never even heard of it.
Oh,
I think you dig Total War.
I think you would. Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff to it. It's not just like your typical RTS where you build a base and then you just kind of build a bigger army than your opponent and just flatten them. There's actual strategy involved.
Yeah,
and it's really good.
You appreciate the champion cavalry. That sounded really bad, but no. But yeah. I want to be able to get Warhammer Total War to be able to play with Quiz. Quiz, do you play Total War Warhammer?
No, I have the first Total War Warhammer. I know about it. I played a little bit of it, but I've not sat and put in the hours in it, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
For me, the game that I was always much more interested in was the Dawn of War series. Dawn of War 1 is really good. Dawn of War 2 is really good. Dawn of War 3 is garbage. Dawn of War, by the way, is the Warhammer 40K real-time strategy.
Ooh.
Not the fantasy like Total War.
Oh yeah, the space stuff.
Yep. What's really cool is that Dawn of War 2, there's like tiny little bits of base building elements to it, but it isn't the sort of game like StarCraft. You're not just building a massive army. So you actually need to be strategic in what units you build for your army and where you deploy them and how you sort of move around and how they synergize. That's partly the reason why I think Dawn of War 2 is probably the best example of a real-time strategy for Warhammer 40,000.
Oh shit. Okay, so I'm seeing like, okay, so we got this, then we got like RTS. I want to say classic style, Command and Conquer type of StarCraft type of stuff.
Yeah,
and
your
then we
typical
have
base builders. Yeah.
Yep. Well, yeah, with the base building.
I still play Total Annihilation. I mean, that game is ancient.
Oh shit, Total
I can barely get it to run under Windows 11. It'll run, but man, you really got to coddle it along to make it sure it goes, because it has a hard enough time understanding a 4K screen. And you throw Windows 11 on top of it, it's just like fucking freaking out. It's like, oh, I got to change this and change that, and finally I got it running, but it's not particularly happy.
Well,
great game though. I love that game.
That's the thing though, is compatibility issues.
As games get older,
Yeah.
you move on with new operating systems, you get into trouble. There's a game that I used to play all the time after I kind of got off of Wolfenstein. It was called Descent.
Yep.
You
played Descent on stream before.
Fucking
yeah,
you were the one who was talking about hooking up a Descent and just playing it around, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean it's kind of freeware now to some extent. I don't want to say too much there, but what they did with that, I'll try to make this a quick story, but Descent was the first true 3D first-person shooter, because you had up and down, left and right, forward, backwards, completely 3D. Doom and Wolfenstein, you had a solid floor, and Wolfenstein you couldn't even jump. So the Descent was the first true rotational, like you can turn upside down.
I would say that Descent was more of a flight sim. Well, and flight sims had the 3 dimensions.
There's no air. You're floating in space.
Yeah, it was the way that it was designed.
Well, I mean, X-Wing came before it, and X-Wing had that.
Oh
yeah,
shit!
So
TIE Fighter versus X-Wing.
Well, TIE Fighter versus X-Wing was the third game. You had X-Wing, and then X-Wing's expansion called Rogue Squadron, and then you had TIE Fighter, and then I can't remember TIE Fighter's expansion. Then you had X-Wing versus TIE Fighter.
They were all separate games?
Yes.
Oh shit.
Mm-hmm.
So the thing about Descent was that it was a DOS-based game, straight up DOS.
Mm-hmm.
So you had
Yes,
to
it
have
was
DOS to run it.
so was X-Wing.
Yeah, and what happened was it got to the point where it wouldn't run into Windows anymore. So some
Mm-hmm.
college kid, it was one of his favorite games. So this college kid says, well, it's not the data files that are the problem, it's the program. It's based on an older technology. So he goes to Parallax and Interplay, the two companies that produced it, the studio that created it, Parallax, and the company that distributed it, Interplay, and said, if can you give me your source code and I'll rewrite it so it works under Windows? Because you still need to have the texture files and the data. So you still have to buy the game.
Mhm.
But the actual operating part of the game wouldn't run anymore. And Interplay figures, well, if he rewrites the game so that it runs under Windows, more people are going to buy it. We're going to get money. So they gave him the source code under NDA, and he rewrote it as a Windows application. And now it runs just fine on my machine.
You can actually get it off of good old games, GOG.com, Descent 1, 2, and 3. And it comes no need to worry about fiddling with anything about that and trying to make it run Windows. It runs in DOSBox, which is just an emulator for DOS.
Which is a
Don't
way of
worry.
getting around it, right? But this runs as a full screen Windows application in 4K.
Well, it runs in full screen on DOSBox as well.
Yeah,
You just
but
have
it's
to hit
40 by
Alt
480.
Well,
Yeah, that's the best resolution you're going to get. But somebody's got a 4K screen. Yeah, the one from GOG is Good Old Games, right? Is that what it's
Yeah.
called? GOG?
Yeah.
The one from those, by comparison to what this kid did, it's night and day. Because I can fire it up and share my screen and show you guys what it looks like. I don't think that's
I love
a
the
problem.
fact I'm looking at it right now on GOG's website. Guess how many? Guess the size of Descent. How much hard drive space it takes up?
Not
Megabytes.
much. Yeah, it's not much.
24 megabytes.
I guess
think
you
my
guys
favorite-
can't hear it, but
I think my favorite of the flight sims like that was
Descent. Oh
Um,
shit. Look at that.
Wing Commander Privateer. That was my favorite one.
Wing Command. Oh yeah, Wing Commander.
Well, specifically Privateer, because Privateer had the like free form sort of aspect to it, where you could like you weren't locked into like missions like the regular Wing Commander. You could like play however you wanted, and there was like morality systems built into it. You could be a pirate, you could be ally yourself in other sorts of ways. It really lives up to the name Privateer. It's pretty good.
am I making anybody dizzy?
Nah.
No,
This makes Polly violently ill
This is
because he can't handle the 3D aspect.
it's
I
the
mean-
screen. It's the screen tilt.
wait, Polly. Is Polly here? Honestly, this is drawing a fucking whole bunch of nostalgia berries, so
Oh, really?
yeah, dude. It's this, and then I'm just thinking like, oh shit, we're gonna play some Duke Nukem 3D or Shadow Warrior.
Mhm.
Fuck, dude, I'll fucking start playing some Quake. I wish, honestly, if I could have gotten the splitter working, I would have been playing. I could have popped on some Quake, because Quake's on Switch.
You know what we could do, Adam?
Yo,
We can put on your PC. It doesn't matter if it's not the best PC, right? We can put
You
on
can-
Quake
You
3
can definitely run that.
Arena.
You could definitely run this. I can run
Hey,
Quake 3. I have it on my machine already.
I say we can put on Quake 3 Arena, and Quake 3 Arena through GOG has a net code, so we could all play it together on PC.
yo, let's play some Quake 3 Arena. I have it on Steam, so I mean,
I have it on the Dreamcast.
shit.
I also have
Well-
Unreal Tournament on the Dreamcast.
I think I was thinking about it today, pulling my PC out of storage, so I can at least be able to At least play Descent.
You can play this. Your machine can play this. I have a pretty average laptop, and it has no problems running this game.
No,
There's nothing to it.
My laptop is it's 3 sheets to the wind, so it's it's
well, look in the left-hand side of my screen.
On the left?
To the frames per second. Yeah, 170 frames per second almost. All right. Well, you guys don't want me playing this the entire game. Let me get out of here.
That was a nice demonstration of.
We could play that, and that netcode's already built into it. Because if you're on Windows, it talks to Windows, so you don't have to worry about adding netcode. It's already built into Windows. So, yeah, it's awesome. And I have. I'm pretty sure I still have Quake 3D. I don't think I have it as an icon on my desktop anywhere, but I think I still have it installed in my computer, so I can definitely play that.
Yeah, here, Hammer. Let me share this. Share. No, wait, hold on.
I was gonna say, Hammer.
Share specific.
If you're down for playing some computer bot or bot smash, we could play some StarCraft or Warcraft together. And
comp stomp.
Yeah, comp stomp. Yeah.
There you go. So let me share screen. Use Chrome if you'd like to share audio on your screen. Oh, okay. Well, hang on. Let me try that then.
If you would like to share audio,
I have an emulator. I have an emulator on my machine so that I can play Streets of Rage with my friends.
What?
Yeah.
I was gonna say, yeah, Adam, you and I should look into getting fuck, I can't remember the name of it now. Hang on one second. Let me rejoin as myself on my on Chrome. There you go.
All right.
You can add me in. And then I'll leave there. So I'm not there twice. All right. So
ha!
Okay, so yeah, sharing specific
ball.
window is what I was looking for. All right, here you go. This is the gameplay trailer for Darktide, Hammer.
Okay. Well, I already played Vermintide. It's got to be basically the same graphics, right?
No, it's different.
Oh, really?
Very different. Yeah, because remember, this is 40K. This isn't fantasy.
I don't really know all the ins and outs of Warhammer, so
40K is basically think sci-fi.
Oh, okay. As opposed to fantasy?
Fantasy, yeah.
Okay. Oh, this is cool. Oh, this reminds me of like current Doom and current Quake. First-person shooter stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And the only thing they fear is you.
And yes, that was a chainsaw sword.
Uh-oh. Killing fields. Be careful. Is there supposed to be sound to this?
Now that you mention it, I'm not getting any sound.
Yeah, I'm not getting any sound either. Oh, cool. I like the graphics. It's been such a long time. Good.
I kind of want to click on settings and stuff, but at the same time, I don't want to stop the video. But yeah, Darktide, it looks good.
Yeah.
I seriously can't wait. And they actually gave us a release date now. It's September of this year.
Hold on, that looks like a different game from that Warhammer game that we saw.
You're talking about Space Marine?
Yeah, Space Marine.
Yeah, Space Marine 2. That looks awesome too. I can't wait for that.
That's coming out this year too, right?
I believe, yeah.
As well.
Here's
two.
Here's the Space Marine 2 trailer. It's so good. It's so good. I can't wait. Share screen window. This one. Share.
PlayStation.
It'll be available for everything.
I'll do the sound
PlayStation,
effects.
Xbox, and
No, I mean the PlayStation logo came up on the screen, so I was doing the PlayStation sound, that little electronic voice. PlayStation.
PlayStation.
Oh, that's awesome! Look at that screen.
It looks so good. It's so beautiful.
And look, when you appeal to the audience, you get 100% feedback, like 100%. That's all you have to do.
Yeah.
Just cater to the audience.
And how can you write anything woke into this? It's almost impossible. You know, it's just lasers and
it's Space Marines coming in.
Yeah.
Doing the job.
Right. That's Tim Allen stuff, right? Arr, arr, arr.
Look at this. But
Doom was the original Space Marine, right?
Oh, don't get me started. The intro to Doom Eternal. It's fucking beautiful.
Wow, look at that. Holy crap. There's a skin in Heroes of the Storm that looks like that guy. Like Captain America, red, white, and blue kind of thing.
Well, you probably have like
wow.
Phoenix and who's the Marine?
Raynor.
Raynor?
Raynor is the Marine from StarCraft.
For those that didn't notice
Raynor
that, notice Typhus or Titus on his right gauntlet there. He's got those chains. Yeah. There's a symbol of the Inquisition hanging from those chains. Oh, yeah.
Hold on. Wait, where?
It's a badass outfit, man.
See, the devil is in the details. I hate to say that, but the devil is in the details. When you sit there and you put in little bits of symbolism and the people notice it, it gives you power. Like, it's been going on for so long.
It's so good. It's so good. I can't wait.
The only problem I have with gaming with PCs is if I find a game that I like, I can't play more than one game at a time. So if I'm playing World of Warcraft or whatever game I'm playing, if somebody says, "Hey, come watch this game or come play this game," and I switch that game, I can't go back to the game I was at before. It doesn't have the same feel to it, and I've become addicted to the new game.
Yeah,
you know, that's I had the same problem with Vermintide. We played, but we kind of stopped playing, and I had to go back to playing Heroes of the Storm. It took me a while to get back into playing here. There was a period of time where, like 3 months, where I wouldn't play anything.
And so how long have you been playing Heroes of the Tide?
Oh, forever. Heroes of the Storm I've been playing for a long time.
Oh,
that's an old Blizzard franchise.
You know, honestly. Oh, go ahead.
The thing about Heroes of the Storm is I've been playing Blizzard games all the way along. I've been playing Diablo. I've been playing StarCraft. All these games that are in Overwatch. All these games that you see in the Blizzard franchise. Heroes of the Storm is a Dota with all the franchise players in the game. So when you go into the game to pick a player, you don't just pick a random person who has random skills. You're actually picking Sylvanas. You're actually picking Vala. You know, you're picking Zagara, you're picking Malfurion, you're picking the characters that are in other games that you've already played, and now you're playing as them. And all the voice actors from all those other games were called back in to do voices for Heroes of the Storm. So it's the same people saying the same sounds.
That
It's crazy.
strikes, because honestly, me going into Chicago Art Institute was
Mhm.
because of MotZ. Blizzard artist MotZ.
Chris
I
Metzen.
Yep, and I wanted to get into concept art very badly because of his work, and I will say, I think there was a split around World of Warcraft,
Mhm.
that it went from the old RTS, and even to an extent the adventure, because they had Warcraft adventures type of games going on. Um, it's split, and you've noticed it. It's same thing with Westwood, Command and Conquer. Before they went into their buyout with EA Games, you noticed that there was a split in terms of the core group that wanted to work in terms of crafting these types of games,
Mm-hmm.
and what I mean, I guess what you could say is like the corporate, I guess the corporate
Ideal.
parachute. Yeah, like just that's what the Bill Cosby hotel suite, right?
Yeah.
So,
Well,
it's
trouble that Blizzard's in now.
yeah.
I would say that that trouble started when they were acquired by Activision.
Yep,
shit.
all downhill from there.
Yeah.
But they're under new management now. The guy who's the CEO is gone. They got a new guy in there, so hopefully they'll turn it around.
Well, CEO of what? Blizzard? Not
Yeah,
Bobby Kotick. God, Bobby Kotick is still the CEO of Activision.
there's somebody in that group. I don't remember if it was Activision or Blizzard, but somebody cashed in all their stock and left, and it was somebody who was in charge. I don't know if it was a
Well,
CEO or CFO or somebody like that, but there was somebody big, some bigwig between one of those two companies.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was Blizzard. I don't think it was Activision, who just said, "All right, I'm out," and took all his money and left.
well,
It just
hmm,
happened a couple of months ago.
Activision and Blizzard have been
Well, Activision
Circling the
is the
drain.
distributor, right?
Activision is the parent company. It bought Blizzard, like wholesale.
yeah.
Right, but they distribute, and Blizzard does the coding.
In so much as that Blizzard is an internal team within Activision.
Right.
If that makes
So
sense.
they develop the game, and then Activision promotes it and disseminates it and gets most of the
Blizzard
money.
is a name.
Yeah.
Oh no.
So hopefully, the new guy who gets in there might, go for some autonomy. Maybe,
Yep, they
push
won't.
Activision. Oh well, I'm trying to cut them a break. I'm really trying to cut them a break. The chances are unlikely, but I want to keep my. I like playing their games.
I gave them a shot for Cataclysm, and I've jumped completely off of the Blizzard bandwagon after that.
Yeah, that
Oh.
wasn't their best.
Hold on, Hammer. Warcraft 3, the remaster. What did you think of that?
Never played it. I played World of Warcraft, but I didn't play any of the standalone games themselves. I started with WoW on. I was just saying in chat. I started with WoW in Burning Crusade. When Burning Crusade came out, and I saw the intro to Burning Crusade, I was like, I gotta play that. When Illidan comes up and says, "You will not survive," whatever he does,
you are not prepared.
you're not prepared, right? You're not prepared. When he does that, I was like, I want to play that. So
you fair weather. I was there on opening weekend. I
wasn't even sure of it.
I was there the week of launch.
Yeah, and just sat there while it crashed and crashed and crashed and crashed.
Yeah, pretty much,
there's a lot of people who were there, and the alpha and all that kind of stuff. I wasn't even aware of World of Warcraft until I saw that video. I didn't even know it existed until I saw it. I was like, oh, what's this new thing? Oh, it's not a new thing.
Yeah.
Where the fuck have I been?
I was I was definitely a part of the people that really put World of Warcraft through the ringer.
on those first couple of expansions.
Oh shit, World of Warcraft. Even because I was watching some Djibouti dubs about
Djibouti dubs.
yeah, right. About
What's
training
up? It's your
videos,
boy, it's your girl, Kathy.
and they were talking about Final Fantasy 11. So I think wasn't that a thing or Final? There were
14 is the MMO.
Is that the online one?
Yeah, 14 is the MMO.
Okay,
Final
so
Final Fantasy. I saw that movie.
yeah, there's the opposite of it, dude. Look, I'm just in my spaceship watching a whole bunch of crazy shit going on. It's like, no, there's Final Fantasy, there's fucking World of Warcraft. You know, I don't know.
Yeah.
So I love it when people sit there and talk about their fond memories of World of Warcraft. I'm not gonna sit here and say that I regret playing World of Warcraft. I don't.
There were good times.
I
Cataclysm
put-
was not one of them.
I
But
put
it was,
a
there were,
lot of time and effort in World of Warcraft.
what was the
but
one that was after Burning Crusade but before Cataclysm? It was
Wrath
Ice
of the
Crown
Lich King.
Citadel? Oh, Wrath of the Lich King, right. Of the Ice Crown Citadel, right.
Yeah.
I was close. That was a great expansion. That was
is-
probably their top.
That was the best expansion. It was all downhill
Yep.
after that.
Yeah. I wasn't too bad with Mr. Pandaria. I thought that was kind of fun. I liked all the pandas running around. That was kind of cute.
When people sit there and reminisce about their time in World of Warcraft, I remember they'll go things like, I remember when we beat this boss. I remember when we beat this boss, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
Okay. So for that, I can sit here and say, I remember getting into my 40-man raid guild, beating
Nice.
Farian the first time in Blackrock Spire. And getting my Judgment breastplate from my paladin on the first time that we played.
Oh, you're so
Very
lucky.
first time we killed him. I had my full Judgment.
Oh my
and all that
God.
kind of stuff. Oh yeah,
It's so rare for somebody to have a full kit.
Yep.
Did you ever?
I had full Lightbringers too. I had full Lightbringers and full Judgment.
You must have had a really great guild to be able to do that.
Yeah, we even did Naxxramas 40 when it was a 40-man.
Yeah, the original 40-man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We did Naxxramas. We did Encourage.
Did you play any of WoW, Adam?
I played a little bit, but the biggest thing that distracted me from it was, hey, yeah, I'm gonna hang out with you and we're gonna gain you some levels. So go and do this. And then I was talking to a dude, and then I had to do a quest, and then it was just such a slow start.
Yeah, it's very grindy.
Yeah, but hold on. You say grindy by the same way. There
I don't want to hear that. You're playing Dragon Warrior.
Hold on. Yeah, no, yeah. There will be just letting you know, since we're still on the zoo, there will be a show of Adam playing Dragon Quest and just killing slimes because
that's the way to do it. I mean, you get all the way up to I think like level 10 killing slimes.
How else are you supposed to gain experience?
Well, how else are you supposed to progress through the game is what it is.
Well, yeah. So, but there's a disconnect between that and World of Warcraft. So, yeah, that's. I mean, I want to play online multiplayer games, but it just the only online multiplayer game that I've been able to, besides Monster Hunter, is Phantasy Star.
Yeah, Phantasy Star Online was great. I love that one.
Yes, Phantasy Star Universe is fantastic.
But yeah, going back on World of Warcraft real quick, everyone sits there and reminisces about their 40-man achievements. Now, don't get me wrong. I achieved a lot of raid accomplishments during my time there, but that's not the stuff I remember. I remember griefing a guy in a Tauren warrior in I can't remember the name of the town, but it's out there in the hinterlands.
Hinterlands.
Okay, don't spend
Oh
much,
shit!
much time.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Speaking of Hinterlands, I did play Conan. MMO.
The Morphiger for Conan.
Yeah, I don't know what that was called, but I only played it for a little bit.
Hinterlands was all trolls, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
But there was a couple of quests out there for the Horde. There wasn't out there much out there for the Alliance, but yeah, I remember killing this like 50-something Tauren warrior with my 60 rogue, Night Elf rogue back in the day.
Stabbed him when he was
griefing him so much, kept on killing him over and over and over again. He ran to the town, and I kept killing him in town. There would be a time where he ran into the inn, because like if you attack someone in the inn, that like immediately spawns like 5 guards. But then I would just like one shot him with an ambush and then immediately vanish. And the guards just wouldn't be able to find me. So I just kept on killing him over and over and over again until he complained about me on the server forums.
Wow.
I remember finding out the blast wave trick in Wrath of the Lich King, where if you're a mage, you could fly up to someone, and if you were fire spec, dismount, slow fall, and then hit blast wave. Now, what blast wave did back in the day is it did damage. It was an instant cast spell. It did damage in a nova around you, and then it also pushed the enemy back, right? But when you pushed an enemy when they were on the flyer, the game didn't know how to parse that. So it pushed you by also pushing you and dismounting you. So I would dismount, slow fall, blast wave, and watch them plummet to their doom. And I would do that so much with my mage.
So you were a big PvP person too.
I was huge into PvP. Huge. That was what I lived for. I lived to grief the Horde. Make their life a living fucking hell. The last good PvP memory I have is that when my friends and I got Cataclysm, we were going around doing the whole new content to level up, right? And this is when they added Tauren Paladins. And the only people that were Tauren Paladins in those areas are people that did the race swap. They paid, real money to swap the race over to a Tauren Paladin. Now, here's the thing, right? I'm not racist. I'm not. I don't give a shit what race you are in real life. But I fucking hate the idea of anyone other than humans being paladins. It is an affront to me. It sickens me.
Yeah.
So when I saw Tauren Paladins, I did everything. I stopped all of my friends who were a part of my guild, and we focused fire on that Tauren Paladin until he was dead, and we camped him until he logged off.
Well, you're a vindictive guy.
Oh, yes. And that's the thing, is that one of the things that you could do back in the day, I'm not sure if you can still do it, but if you know the character name, you could type in chat /invite and their character name. And if they were part of the opposite faction and they were logged on, it would respond with, that person isn't part of your faction. If they were logged off, it would say that person isn't online. So you just kept on /invite until you saw that they weren't online anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was that guy.
Well, there were a lot of little hacks and things you can do. It when as soon as a new spell came out, there was always a way to exploit it.
Oh yeah, I say the one guy that one shot the 40-man outdoor raid boss with Reckoning Bomb for paladins. There was a way. What the spell was, or what the skill was, it was called Reckoning, where if you take a critical hit, your next attack deals your regular attack plus an additional attack, but it didn't have a hard cap on how many that you could rack up. So what it was is that these two guys got together, an alliance human paladin and an undead rogue, went out to the Burning Steps and or no, not Burning Steps. The one where the Dark Portal was. I can't remember what the name of that place. Black Morass. They went up to the Black Morass and waited for the Dark Lord Kazak. And so what the dude is, when you sat down, if you take a hit, it's automatically a critical hit. So the paladin would just sit down and the rogue would attack him. Critical hit. he'd sit down. The rogue would attack him, critical hit. And then since he's a paladin, he just heals himself back up to full. And then they'd wait. He'd sit down, take a critical hit, stand up, stands back up, sits down, take a critical hit. They racked up over 400 hits. And then the dude walks up and one-shots a 40-man raid boss. Sorry, did I say 40? I meant 400. They racked up 400 hits. And the guy just walks up and goes, dead.
It's pretty funny.
Yeah. I say that's the kind of stuff that I loved about that game back in the day. And then they just kind of nerfed fun as the game went along. They started with Cataclysm, and then they just got worse. So
as soon as they started making you go through a lot of hell just to get flying, because you used to be able to just buy it.
Yep.
And then now you have to do this whole fucking routine just to be able to fly. That's when I started losing interest.
Yeah. Well, I'm just not interested in the game anymore at all. I don't regret my time playing it, like I said before, but I won't go back to it.
Yeah. I did manage to get a hold of Deathwing's drop for the heroic bow, Vishanka. I was never in a raiding guild, kind of, it was always that kind of thing, but I did manage to get in with a guild that was a raiding guild who had already equipped almost everybody with everything. They were just running people through that were friends of the guild kind of deal. And I was friends with one of the guys in the guild, and he says, come with us. He says, maybe you'll get a drop. It's like, cool. And I made friends with the guild master and all that kind of stuff. And we're running. And sure enough, I'm the only hunter in the raid, and Vishanka drops. I was like, oh my fuck. So that was my gift I got, was heroic Vishanka. So, I mean, I had a good kit, but it was nothing like that. That was like, you were a god if you had one of those at the time. So, but all good days in the past, all gone,
never to come back again.
No, at least not the way it looks right now.
Yeah, definitely not for me. I'm not going back to that game. I won't lament the time I spent in it, but I won't go back.
Well, hold on. What kind of is a weird stance is what drew you into those online games, so to speak?
Before World of Warcraft, I played Diablo.
Oh, there you go.
That's why.
The original Diablo was a single player game on your PC.
No, it had multiplayer.
Hold on, yeah, because you can even play Diablo 2, right, on Switch. So I mean, there's that's kind of a grinding type of scenario. What
exploration
aspect is it?
I played Diablo 2 on my computer. I didn't even know there was an online capability in the game. I didn't play it for very long. And Diablo 3 came out, which was completely different.
Well, the Diablo 1 was weird because all of the netcode for it was linked inextricably with your single player. Now, it was in Diablo 2 as well, but you had the behind closed doors aspect of online as well. So you had the open play, and then you had closed. And what closed is that your character was saved on the server. So you could only ever play that character if you played online for Diablo 2. So that was the way that all of my friends and I played. Because I played, through the single player. Yeah, okay, that's fine. But then my friends and I, we went and we did the quote end game of Diablo 2, where we were trying to get our characters to level 99, trying to get all of the best gear and hell difficulty, all that kind of stuff.
See, hold on, that kind of, that's what I'm looking at. Like, okay, so playing online multiplayer is for the loot. I mean, at least for me, when I'm thinking of like MMOs, I'm thinking of Phantasy Star Online. And what was the one thing that you wanted to do? You want to get the loot.
Yep.
So that was the main point of online gaming was just fucking greed. Oh shit.
Yeah.
That's not true for me though. When I played WoW, I had to be in a guild. I had to interact with other people. It wasn't about the loot. It was nice to get big things like that bow and all that kind of stuff. That was nice. That was and having the experience of running in a raid with a bunch of people. I'm very much a co-op person. That's why I mentioned with Quiz that he was a PvPer. I'm not. I can't stand PvP.
I'm
very.
well,
And when
hold on, Hammer. If we were to play a game, I would have no problem hanging out and fighting some trolls with shit with you. You know, we're not.
I would too, but the trolls have to be players.
Yeah, that's true. I'm sorry. Continue, Hammer. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I mean, for me, it was about when I played WoW. It was like, oh, everybody from the guild's going to be on. Let's go get on chat and talk to each other, and maybe we'll run some instances or this, that, and the other. It was all about the communication with other people, playing along with other people. Getting nice stuff was great, but it was only a means to an end. So, if, you have like 2 or 3 people out there, maybe a healer and a couple of DPSs, they want to run an instance. Well, they need a tank. So I'm almost always just playing a tank just to run them through. It's not because I was looking for gear. I mean, everyone wants to be able to do better when they're playing, but it really was the interaction with the other people that drew me into really staying long term with WoW. I was always in a guild. I was in maybe 4 guilds. Only one of them was ever competitive. The first guild I was in was called Anatomically Undergeared. Great name for a guild. But I was in a guild called Drunken Public. That was the leader on the server. Although I didn't really raid with them that much, only when they had room because everybody wanted to raid and I had the least kit and the least time in the guild. I wouldn't get invited very often. But it was fun sharing with them, just sitting in chat while they're playing the game and listening to them play, and it was enjoyable. But yeah, if I wasn't in a guild, I couldn't play. I couldn't play the game. I didn't want to play by myself.
Now, see, neither did I. But the idea was that all of my friends and all the people that I would interact with, even back in the 40 mans, we'd all sit there in Ventrilo back in the day, the good shit, and yeah, we'd run around and fucking grief people the entire time.
Yeah.
We'd find people like hiding out in the wilderness or anything like that. One thing that I remember some of the people in my guild wanted to do is they wanted to do the battlegrounds when the battlegrounds came out. I'm like, fuck the battlegrounds. Fuck them. They're this like artificially set up sort of PvP arena thing where you've got like the set victory conditions and blah, blah, blah. No. That's not what PvP is all about. The idea of PvP is to obstruct and prevent the opposing team from being able to complete their work. And when they can't complete their work, they can't compete. So that's what you do. You run around and you just make sure that they can't level up. They can't get their better gear. They can't get into the instance to get their better gear. You do everything in your power to prevent them from playing the game. And that's the thing too, is that I would expect no less from my opponents. My favorite bit was there was this one orc hunter on our server. I played on Sargeras back in the day. And there was this one orc hunter. He was infamous. His name was Kitch. And he like tons of people would talk about him on the server forums. He was like a legend, right? And there was one time where a buddy of mine was playing his Night Elf Hunter. This is Burning Crusade. Out in the Terokar Forest, and like just right outside of the city there. And he was running around trying to do quests and stuff like that. And Kitch came up and started killing him. And then he gets me on Ventrilo. He's like, dude, Kitch is out here. I'm all like, ooh. So it means that I can have a chance to take down the legend? Oh yes, please. So I go out there on my paladin. I find him. He my buddy resurrects and acts as bait. So sure enough, Kitch is camping. So he runs up and starts killing my buddy. I dismount. I fall down out of the sky and divine shield as soon as I hit the ground, so I don't take any fall damage. And then I proceed to beat the ever-loving fuck out of Kitch. I destroyed this fucker. And then, after I kill him and camp him 2 or 3 times, he was able to spawn far enough away and get on his flyer, and he flies away. but he flies towards Nagrand, and I'm already out there with my mage. So I log off of my paladin, I log on to my mage, and he's out there. There was this little quest line where you had the little arena out there, the ogre arena, where you had to fight these bosses, and he was out there screwing with Alliance trying to complete that quest. Well, I get out there on my mage, and I proceed to blow him up there. But then he spawns, gets on his flyer, and flies all the way up, and guess what I do? I already talked about it before. I fly up next to him, dismount, slow fall, boom. Whoa! And then he logs off.
Yeah.
That's the shit I remember, and that's what I loved about the game.
Have you ever been in his position?
Oh, yes, plenty of times. But I also was in his position where I would go out there with a higher level character that I knew I could take on who was killing me and beat the fuck out of them. So, like, if I'm out there questing on, like, say, my hunter... By the way, by the time I quit the game, I had... in Wrath of the Lich King, I had one of every character class at level 80. Most of them had good enough gear to get into the high-end raids, into Ice Crown Citadel. And so whenever I'm out there on, like, you know, say, like, I was leveling up my hunter and someone would come up and fuck with me, I would camp one of my higher level characters nearby. So if someone came up and started trying to fuck with me, I'd just log on to one of my other characters and beat the ever-loving fuck out of them until they logged off, and then I'd go back on my hunter.
Yeah, I don't even think I even rolled on a PvP server.
Oh, I did. Yes. Sargeras was a PvP.
Is this before they re-rolled the classic World of Warcraft type
Yeah,
stuff? Or?
they didn't do classic WoW yet. They did that after Cataclysm.
Yeah.
Didn't they just recently put a Burning Crusade server out there too?
They did, yeah.
Yeah.
Jeez. They keep remastering every server.
My favorite bit about that was when someone asked if they could do that, because like they were in Wrath of the Lich King, and he said that like it was at BlizzCon, I believe it was. One guy walked up to the microphone and said, for those interested, can we have like a WoW classic server where we can play classic WoW instead of the expansions? And the person at Blizzard said, no, we don't want to do that, and you don't want that, even though you think you might. So in terms of Blizzard and their
he wasn't really wrong though.
No, people did want that. And
they did want it, but now that they put them out there, no one plays them.
Well, they did when they came out.
Initially.
It's just that
but people realized this is not the game I remember in my rose-colored glasses.
Well, Blizzard also shat the bath on literally everything they did after Wrath of the Lich King. I
might try the Burning Crusade server. I might activate an account of one of my accounts, because I have a bunch of them. I might activate an account and go out and play on a Burning Crusade server, because Burning Crusade was pretty good.
Best was Wrath of the Lich King. If they did a classic for Wrath, I would do Wrath, but no, I wouldn't do Wrath. I wouldn't go back to the game at all. What am I talking about? No, fuck that.
But yeah, I mean, Burning Crusade, the game was okay, but when Burning Crusade came out and they gave us, the high elves and all that kind of stuff, and it made a big difference in the game. I think a lot of people liked it a lot better. I think that really sparked the game for being as long-lived as it has been.
I disagree. I think Burning Crusade, there was more like there. If you look at the player base, the actual people playing the game, it peaked in Wrath of the Lich King, and then everything else has just been a slow descent into the grave.
Yeah, that was Wrath of the Lich King was after Burning Crusade.
Yes. What I'm saying is that
Burning Crusade didn't take off. There might not even be a Wrath of the Lich King, is what I was saying.
With the way Classic was, and especially all of the amount of people that played Classic, and then the people that jumped on after Classic and Burning Crusade. There was an increase in player base, yes, but it was a predictable one, if that makes sense. Like the curve, if you look at the player base and how it grew from Inception to Burning Crusade, it was steady. But then when Wrath of the Lich King was announced, it had a massive spike upward. The amount of players that played the game vastly increased with Wrath of the Lich King, if that makes sense. The amount of people joining, at least. And then after Wrath of the Lich King, it was just a steady decline.
Word of mouth gets out. People are playing the game and it's like, have you seen Wrath of the Lich King? That's fucking awesome. And it kind of word of mouth spreads pretty soon. Everybody's like, holy shit, this is really good.
Let's put it this way. I played a lot of Classic. Like I said, I was there week of launch, and
God bless
I
you.
played I played a lot of Classic. And when Wrath of the Lich King hit, I played Wrath of the Lich King enough to get all of my characters to level 70. After that, I just stopped playing the game all the way until I want to say probably 2 weeks before the launch of Wrath of the Lich King. And then I sped through all of the content of Burning Crusade to get things like I was a weaponsmith, so I had the stage 3 weaponsmith mace that you could make, and all that kind of shit, so that I could be prepared for Wrath of the Lich King. In terms of my overall enjoyment, I hated Burning Crusade. I did. I hated that expansion. Really? I did.
There was a raid in the middle of the map. It was a citadel, and you fought some dragons. It started off with dragons flying in the air. I can't remember what the name of it was, but Nax was at a distance. You could see Nax from that place. It was that close. The new Nax.
Are you talking about the
something Citadel? I think.
I think it was the Eye or whatever.
It
was where you rode dragons and you had to do the dragon stuff rather than actually fighting on foot.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
And after that came out, they released something underneath of that building where we would go down underneath it, and there was a whole raid underneath there. I remember that raid being a lot of fun.
Well, that was cool because it was like a big old square. You would run down one wing, run down the other wing, run down another wing until you defeating all of like the cardinal point bosses.
Kind of like Nax.
In the center. Well, yeah, a little bit, yeah. And then the boss in the center would unlock, and then that was the final boss.
Right.
Yeah.
That was a fun raid.
All those were fun. Those were fun enough. Like I said, I pretty much just did all of that content just to get enough gear to be able to be competitive in PvP so I could grief motherfuckers. Really,
that's the funny thing about that is if you wanted to get PvP gear, you would go into raids and get enough regular gear that you can either buy or PvP enough to get the gear that you wanted by getting war points. You would use one to get the other. No matter which way you were going, a lot of people would go in with their PvP outfits to do raids.
Yeah.
Figuring they would get raid gear. So it's pretty funny how those kind of complemented each other.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Well, the easiest way to go about it would be to go into raids. That's really was what it was all about. The easiest way to do it would be to go into raids.
You're only responsible for, it's the team. You're not really responsible for yourself. It's not all on you,
Yeah.
Even if you messed up.
Well, see, that's the thing. That's what the battleground stuff was supposed to be too. You're supposed to work as a team. It's not individual. But that's not how anyone played it.
Yeah, but you didn't like battlegrounds. So.
No, I hated battlegrounds.
But for somebody like me who hated PvP, I could go into a battleground and I can enjoy myself.
Yeah, see, I liked worldly PvP.
Yeah, I've said this before, and I don't want you to take this personally because it's not meant personally at all. But I've used this phrase over and over again. You probably already heard me say this. When it comes to PvP, it just becomes a dick measuring contest.
It can be.
My dick's better than your dick. That's all you're trying to prove to anybody. Is that I got you. I got you again. I got you again. Oh, you're logging off. I win. It's all dick measuring. You're not really getting a sense of accomplishment to me because you're really not improving anything except
No,
I'm not saying this is you. I'm not saying this is you. I'm just saying how I feel.
I would say that my enjoyment of
what, Hammer? Hold on. I'm taking Measurement. Damn it! Huh, I dropped my controller.
Uh-oh.
I had a joke in there, but shit.
Then
Hold
you
on.
dropped your controller.
Yeah, I'll be right back.
Okay. I say
One of
my
the
whole
great
thing-
things about being a PC gamer, I never drop my keyboard.
Yeah. The reason why I enjoyed it so much also is because I got the immense satisfaction of annoying someone. It wasn't the fact that I'm trying to say that I'm better than anyone. It's the fact that I know for a fact that that other person is screaming behind their keyboard right now.
Yeah, but that feeling of being that person who's behind the keyboards getting their ass kicked, that's not a good feeling. I don't really want to make someone feel bad.
I do, especially if they were Horde, and especially if they were a Tauren Paladin.
Yeah, I don't have that killer instinct. I guess I'm much more of a. When I played Quake in Quake World, I played almost entirely CTF.
Capture the
I
flag.
worked as always capture the flag. I always worked as a team. It was always, from my perspective, it was always non-PvP perspective. Yeah, you had to fight other people invading your base and this, that, and the other, and carrying flags back and forth. But I was always either base defense or capturing a flag. I wasn't out to get the big high score because that's too PvP for me. So this is not something I'm just saying specifically to World of Warcraft. In general, I don't PvP. I won't PvP. It's just I don't feel, even when I make the kill and I'm celebrating, I feel like, damn it, that must suck being him. It makes me feel bad.
I don't give a shit.
My fifis get in the way because
Fuck that guy.
I know.
See, and I'm the exact opposite. I don't really like. I used to like capture the flag a little bit, like back when I was a teenager a bit. But as I got older and I, got into the groove of playing those kinds of games, I much preferred team deathmatch, or even better, free for all, just
team
regular
deathmatch.
Deathmatch.
I played team deathmatch quite a bit actually in the guild I was in, the clan I was in.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I mean, the big thrill for me was being the flag carrier because I was pretty good with a grappling weapon back in the days of Quake, Quake World, and I had a really good connection at the time. I had a dual ISDN connection, so I was like 256K, and everyone else was playing like 14.4.
Yeah,
and we get two guys to go in their base and draw the fire, and I go bing, boom, like bing, 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 bing down the hallway, man, just fucking booking my ass with people right on my tail, trying to catch me, or somebody waiting for me in the middle point, and you have to get around them, all that kind of stuff. That was exciting. Try not to get hit and get the flag all the way back. And of course, when you captured, the sound that it played, I don't know if you ever noticed this, but the sound that plays, I can actually play it for you. It is there's a company that makes or distributes a movie called Morgan Creek. They're gone now, but they used to be out at one point. Where's my movie thing? Logos. I'll just play you the sound. You don't have to. I don't have to have the video, but this is the sound from Morgan Creek. You guys hear that?
Yeah.
Well, this sound.
Oh, okay.
That sound that you hear. The guy who made the CTF mod for Quake took that sound and cut it there. So when you capture the flag, that was the sound that played.
Yeah.
The Morgan Creek intro. I know, it was crazy. That's what I liked most about playing CTF and Quake. I was in a clan. I mean, we had a great clan. Impulse 9 was the name of the clan I was in. I was also the guy who did the music. His name it's a great name. Sasa Dikachian was the guy who did the music for Quake 3. If you get a copy of the actual Quake 3 box and look at who did the soundtrack, the music, he was the guild leader or clan leader for our clan.
Ah.
Yeah, I went to E3 when it was on the East Coast with him as a guest. I had me and two of the other guys in the clan. He said, you can bring a couple of guys with you. So they gave us all passes to get in as creators. He was the one who did the music. I didn't do shit. I was a player in his clan, But I was on the East Coast and another guy was on the East Coast. And he said, look, can you guys make it to Atlanta? I was like, hell yeah. He's like, I got 2 free tickets. You'll be, wined and dined in the whole 9 yards. So he sent us tickets in the regular mail, and we showed up. And I went to E3 as a very important person. It was nice to do that. But I mean, who'd have thought?
if it was back then too, it was also closed doors. It wasn't open to the public.
Yes.
Mhm.
It was a great thing. I really enjoyed myself. But I have such great fond memories of Quake and Quake World.
Mhm.
Well,
But
I think, honestly, I think that's a nice bit to end the show, right?
Oh yeah, we're like way over, aren't we?
Yeah, no.
You get me
Been about an
talking.
hour and a half.
You get me talking. I can't shut up.
We still are alive. But hey, thanks
We didn't get to
for-
any of your topics, did we?
No.
I feel bad now because we didn't get to any of your topics. I'm sorry.
Well, we can go over them right now real quick.
Well, I mean, I got the
No,
time.
no,
No. Adam, no.
Yeah, no, it's not wasting.
Let's save them till next time. Not a big deal.
Yeah. Hey, this is always next Sunday, right?
Mhm.
But hey, holy shit, Quiz, thanks for joining us.
Hell yeah, man.
You both Hammer and Quiz. Thank you for joining us for the Sunday show. Holy shit.
And we have our own shows. Quiz does the Monday show, and I do the
Yes.
Wednesday show.
I will be on tomorrow
There you go.
painting some minis, trying to finish up my Rangers. Don't know if I'm gonna finish them up tonight or not. Might try.
And that's how it is.
Yep.
You have a wonderful evening. I love you all and God bless.
See you guys.
Bye.